Hello, Michael here, looking at Psalm 60, specifically verse 1 to 2 for the exposition. This psalm, which is subtitled, He Will Tread Down Our Foes. And it reads, verse 1, O God, thou hast cast us off, thou hast scattered us, thou hast been displeased. O turn thyself to us again. And verse 2, Thou hast made the earth to tremble, thou hast broken it. Heal the breaches thereof, for it shaketh. And so we turn to the treasury of David for the exposition on those two verses. Verse 1. Before the days of Saul, Israel had been brought very low. During his government it had suffered from internal strife, and his reign was closed by an overwhelming disaster at Gibeon. David found himself the possessor of a tottering throne, troubled with the double evil of factions at home and invasion from abroad. He traced at once the evil to its true source and began at the fountainhead. His were the politics of piety, which after all are the wisest and most profound. He knew that the displeasure of the Lord had brought calamity upon the nation, and to the removal of that displeasure he set himself by earnest prayer. O God, thou hast cast us off. Thou hast treated us as foul and offensive things, to be put away, as mean and beggarly persons, to be shunned with contempt, as useless dead boughs, to be torn away from the tree, which they disfigure. To be cast off by God is the worst calamity that can befall a man or a people. But the worst form of it is when the person is not aware of it and is indifferent to it. When the divine desertion causes mourning and repentance, it will be but partial and temporary. When a cast-off soul sighs for its God, it is indeed not cast off at all. Thou hast scattered us. David clearly sees the fruits of the divine anger. He traces the flight of Israel's warriors, the breaking of her power, the division in her body politics, to the hand of God. Whoever might be the secondary agent of these disasters, he beholds the Lord's hand as the prime moving cause, and pleads with the Lord concerning the matter. Israel was like a city with a breach made in its wall, because her God was wroth with her. These first two verses, with their depressing confession, must be regarded as greatly enhancing the power of the faith, which is in the after verses, rejoices in better days, through the Lord's gracious return unto his people. Thou hast been displeased. This is the secret of our miseries. Had we pleased thee, thou wouldst have pleased us. But as we have walked contrary to thee, thou hast walked contrary to us. O turn thyself to us again. Forgive the sin and smile once more. Turn us to thee. Turn thou to us. Aforetime thy face was towards thy people. Be pleased to look on us again with thy favor and grace. Some read it, thou wilt turn to us again. And it makes but slight difference which way we take it. For a true-hearted prayer brings a blessing so soon that it is no presumption to consider it already obtained. There was more need for God to turn to his people than for Judah's troop to be brave, or Joab and the commanders wise. God with us is better than strong battalions. God displeased is more terrible than all the Edomites that ever marched into the valley of Salt, or all the devils that ever opposed the church. If the Lord turn to us, what care we for Araman Harahim, or Aram Zobah, or death, or hell? But if he withdraw his presence, we tremble at the fall of a leaf. Verse 2 that reads, Thou hast made the earth to tremble, thou hast broken it. Heal the breaches thereof, for it shaketh. Thou hast made the earth to tremble. Things were as unsettled as though the solid earth had been made to quake. Nothing was stable. The priests had been murdered by Saul. The worst men had been put in office. The military power had been broken by the Philistines, and the civil authority had grown despicable through insurrections and intestine contests. Thou hast broken it. As the earth cracks and opens itself and rips during violent earthquakes, so was the kingdom rent with strife and calamity. Heal the breaches thereof. As a house in time of earthquake is shaken, and the walls begin to crack and gape with threatening fissures, so was it with the kingdom, for it shaketh. It tottered to a fall. If not soon popped up and repaired, it would come down in complete ruin. So far gone was Israel, that only God's interposition could preserve it from utter destruction. How often have we seen churches in this condition? And how suitable is the prayer before us, in which the extremity of the need is used as an argument for help? The like may be said of our personal religion. It is sometimes so tried that, like a house shaken by earthquake, it is ready to come down with a crash, and none but the Lord Himself can repair its breaches and save us from utter destruction. Trust you enjoy the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, peace.